dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. With a winter storm likely to hit our region this weekend, our severe weather alert day continues. Meteorologist Evan Hatter has the very latest on where the snow is now and when it's expected to move into the mountains. Evan.
Thank you, Keaton, and good evening. The entire area remains under our winter storm watch starting late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, running through Monday morning. And you notice, I'll step out here for a second, areas in the pink into portions of West Virginia, and North Carolina already under a winter storm warning. That will likely get expanded to include the rest of the area heading into the day tomorrow once we finalize those totals and see exactly where things look to be. Temperatures outside right now on the chilly side, many of us actually just above freezing with a few lower 30s out there. Here's where we are right now. We're quiet in the mountains, but we're watching this low pressure basically sitting on top of Omaha, Nebraska right now, already dropping a bunch of snow over portions of Iowa. Let's take your attention off to the south and west. This low pressure getting going across Texas is going to kind of join forces with this low pressure across the Midwest, and as it does, it will continue to drop right on through the deep south and right on into our area. So let's talk about timing. As we go through the day tomorrow, we start near just above freezing throughout the day tomorrow. Maybe a little bit of clearing, but for the most part, tomorrow's a dry day, a perfect day to prepare. One thing you want to do, go ahead and download that WYMT weather app. Scan this code with your phone. You'll be taken to a download link to download that on your Android or Apple device. Have it with you. You'll get the latest alerts, the latest radar imagery, and of course, our latest forecast. As we head through the nighttime hours on Saturday and into Sunday, here's where things get interesting. We start out with likely a mix of snow and freezing rain, especially in our far southeast counties. Notice some of these surface temperatures getting above freezing. That's critical because it means the snow would start to melt as it hits the ground, but quickly refreeze, especially an issue as we head early into the day on Sunday. We'll continue to cool down during the day on Sunday as that low pressure moves just to our south. As it does, we'll continue to see moderate to heavy snow around the region during the day on Sunday and continue with those scattered snow showers through Sunday night. Notice temperatures well below freezing by this point. We get a bit of a break during the early morning hours on Monday, but then you notice a weak disturbance will bring a few more snow showers into the region as we head into Monday morning and Monday afternoon. So we're mostly done once we get past Sunday, but still a chance as we head into the day on Monday. Our thinking hasn't quite changed since 6 o'clock, but we'll likely have an update on this as we head into the morning hours tomorrow. A general 4 to 8 inches of snow across the region. That's what it's looking like now, with the greatest chance of those highest amounts being across the Cumberland Valley, places like London, Somerset, and on to the south. And areas in far southeast Kentucky and southwest Virginia have the greatest chance for up to a 1/10 to maybe even a 1/4 of an inch of ice. Some models bringing that system a little further west, bringing that warmer air just a little bit further to the north and west, giving us that chance for the potential for a little bit more freezing rain. You see the entire area in an either minor or moderate winter weather impact rating from the Weather Prediction Center. So on the Community Trust Bank extended forecast, the good news with the snow falling on Sunday and into Monday is that likely many people wouldn't have a lot of places to go on Monday, with a lot of places closed for the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. We finally warm back above freezing Tuesday into Wednesday, but another system brings rain showers first and then cooler temperatures later on into next week. So a busy 24 to 48 hours on the way. Here in the Weather Center, we'll be tracking everything. Keaton?
Thank you, Evan. The Pikeville Fire Department is reminding folks to stay safe and be prepared for the upcoming winter weather. WYMT's Jordan Mullen shares some tips on how to stay safe, stay warm, and be prepared for the ice and snow.
As a winter storm is in the forecast, folks are gathering the bare necessities.
Whenever people think of winter storms, think of going to the grocery store and getting the milk and bread.
But the Pikeville Fire Department is suggesting that folks keep plenty of food and water on hand, and if the power goes out, to practice safe usage of portable generators.
If we're not hooking straight into the home, then having that generator away from the home, using tested extension cords.
If you use gas heating appliances, ventilate properly, have carbon monoxide detectors in your home, and watch your heating appliances closely.
making sure that they're far enough away from other combustible materials. That way that we don't have that possible ignition of a fire and having a fire inside the home.
If you are using a fireplace, keep the chimney clean and free of any objects.
I know it does come to an expense, but whenever it comes time to need to use it, we want to make sure that everything that is happening inside the home is going up and out.
And explaining how to stay warm if you do plan to be outdoors.
If we are going to go outside and have to be in the outdoors, is put those layers on. Stay warm, keep that body heat inside.
Whether to clear the driveway or hit the slopes. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Case also said no matter the weather, first responders will respond, but response times may be slightly slower due to icy roads. During this time in the winter season, seasonal depression is very common. Health officials at Mountain View Health in Knott County say there are many ways to keep one's spirits up, including keeping up your vitamin D intake, limiting caffeine, and avoiding alcohol. Psychiatric nurse practitioner Sissy Jones says help is always available.
There's always somebody out there that is willing to, and sometimes it's just the most unlikely person ever. So reach out to somebody who might be going through something.
To see a full list of ways you can combat depression, you can visit our website. Those needing to drive on Kentucky Route 321 in Prestonburg are probably excited to see that the road is now back open. Closed down January 3rd due to a severe rock slide. First responders said it was one of the largest landslides the area experienced. Access to homes and businesses were not directly impacted by the break, and no injuries were reported during the slide. Governor Beshear reported that the Commonwealth reached its highest COVID-19 numbers since the pandemic began again. The state reported a record 13,492 new cases today, bringing our case total to more than 975,000 cases. There were 35 new deaths as well, putting the Commonwealth's death total at 12,518. The positivity rate is at 28.61%. You can always find the latest COVID-19 information on our website at WYMT.com. On Monday, Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky was one of few facilities to receive the Pfizer antiviral pill. After administering the pill to high-risk COVID-19 patients, healthcare professionals saw surprising results. Primary care centers received enough pills to treat 60 patients, but only 36 pills were administered this week. The first 2 days of taking the pills, patients reported little to no COVID symptoms and minimal side effects.
The most common complaint that we've heard back from patients is it does alter taste. So that's one of the side effects of the medication. Other possible side effects are body aches and a mild elevation in blood pressure. But right now, the most common thing that we're hearing back from those patients is a change in taste.
Primary care is administering the Pfizer medication to higher risk patients since they have a limited supply. Primary care is expected to receive enough pills to treat 100 patients next week. The Prestonsburg Police Department is taking training virtual. The training simulator from Kentucky League of Cities uses interactive laser and microphone technology to give officers a real-world training session, from active shooters to traffic stops. With more than 900 scenarios on deck, officers from the department have been training for the last several weeks, inviting others who work in the legal realm and other area departments to get some hands-on training.
There's, usually a 2-week increment. We have been fortunate enough to have this system for 3 weeks. We still have it till, I think, the 25th. So we've invited, other police agencies around that may not have an opportunity to use this.
Officers say the training has kept them sharp and served as a real eye-opener for many people who are not used to being on their side of the call. The 4th annual WYMT Fishing Expo presented by Pittsburgh Marine kicked off this evening at the Corbin Arena. Event organizers say the expo gives anglers the opportunity to purchase new equipment, from fishing boats to kayaks and fishing rods with all the necessary tackle. Serious fishermen can gear up ahead of the spring season, which local tourism officials absolutely love to see.
It's the very first show of the season, travel show of the season, to get people thinking about vacation, thinking about getting out on the lake and fishing and getting those boats and, just exploring the great outdoors.
The WYMT Fishing Expo opens Saturday morning at 9 a.m. and wraps up at 7 p.m. Event organizers recommend coming in early to avoid any potential weather in the evening. The Mountain Arts Center is preparing its stage for the Appalachian Arts and Entertainment Awards this spring. But first, they need your help. Voting is now open for people to select their favorite artists, musicians, podcast hosts, and more, bringing in a packed house of nominees from 9 of the 13 states across the region. MAC Executive Director Joe Campbell says it's great to see this year's nominees, which spotlight some new faces from Appalachia.
We're highlighting the talent. I mean, we're finally having a system to where we can highlight all the talent. You know, not just musicians, but all the artists and entertainers and even behind the scenes folks that make the entertainment industry work. So we're super excited about that.
You can vote for your favorites through February 10th. Tickets for the Appies are still available at the Mountains Arts Center. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. John Lowe will have highlights and scores from across the coverage area, plus a preview of tomorrow's Kentucky basketball game as the Cats welcome rival Tennessee inside Rupp Arena. The Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime is coming your way right after this break.